Welcome back to Loving Honestly. Today I want to talk about something really sensitive, and I phrased it into a question because I find when you ask the right kind of questions, you're able to reflect better and to find maybe the answers that you've been looking for a long time. And the question I'm asking today is around why you in a relationship which may not be going the way you want it to continue to stay in a stuck place, continue to feel hurt, unheard, unloved, uncared for, and promises keep being broken. And the question I want you to ask today is, do you love him more than the pain he causes you? My name is Jisi, and Loving Honestly is a place for every woman with a deep need to reclaim your love story in the way that feels right for you. Now, this question, do you love him more than the pain he causes you? I find a very helpful way to start to navigate out of the place where you find yourself. Because to be fair, within life, there are people who hurt other people, but there are also people who genuinely just want to love you. And when you find yourself with a man who continuously hurts you, you need to understand his why. The why for his hurting you, but more importantly, if he actually wants to stop doing that which he continues to do that hurts you so much. So in understanding his place, where he sits, you can get to uncover two things. Whether the thing that he continues to do, that continues to hurt you so much, is the thing he actually prefers to do. You need to understand that. You need to be able to look at it and say, is this what he actually prefers? Because you might keep wanting him to do something that he's just not ready to do yet. And number two is you need to be able to say, you know what, perhaps he does want to change, and he probably continues to say the same thing, but taking the steps to change is too difficult emotionally. It is too difficult for him to understand and face himself for the man he needs to become because of certain insecurities that you may not quite understand yourself. So in asking yourself those first two questions, you'll be able to now to look at the fact that, you know what, he actually loves what he does more than he loves me. And that's really, really difficult for a woman to do. But once you start doing that, you'll start to clarify a certain number of things for yourself. And in understanding how hard it is for him to do the hard work to change, because you know what, change requires effort. It requires a mindset shift. You really need to be able to start to tweak the things to say, if I am going to be the man who is going to be faithful, if I am going to be the man who is going to help this woman out, to be by her side, to support her, to be her friend, to be her confidant, to be the person who can hold her when she is crying. It means I now need to grow up from the old ways, my old childish ways, to now become the man that I need to become for her. But a lot of men are not ready for that. They're still in the throes of their own maturing and growing up. They're still in the throes of their own healing from maybe past hurts that they don't quite understand. But you can only understand that when you start to really uncover and ask the right questions. And then it takes you to look at your own truth. Perhaps you do love him more than the pain he causes you. And that's where you need to uncover your reason why for loving him that way. Is it because you really want to be in this relationship so much more than the happiness that you find within it? Because when you can say to yourself, this relationship means a lot to me because from where I come from, relationships are everything. The label, the tagline that I get by being with this man, with a man, being married, is so much more important than the happiness I want to look for within it. So maybe I can enjoy and persevere for the label. But then again, if you're the kind of person who genuinely wants to feel happy and wants to be free of societal titles, of the way other people see you, you might be able to say, okay, fine, perhaps my happiness is that important. But for now, because I'm still so tied to him, I need to uncover for myself my own peace of mind. And that's actually letting go of the man that I thought I had. It's letting go of the man that I want him to be and understand that he is what he is for now and accepting that. And really, truly looking at it and saying, he's just not ready to be the man for me. And maybe he continues to tell me he wants to be the man for me. But from what he's doing, clearly he's not ready to do so. So if I want to be happy, then I need to get to take my time to reflect on that, to heal on that basis, and to let go of the fantasy that may never come to pass. And when I can let go of that fantasy, then I can start to walk in my place of happiness and to really find out what I want for myself. Because if the relationship is not what binds me, if I am what binds me, it means I have to personally evolve. I have to personally start to fill the void that I wanted him to fill for me, because he's not doing it. So I need to find that place, whether it's just finding my silence, whether it's finding things that I can get other hobbies, whether it's making friends, whether it's being a part of a community. Just find what it is that will fill the void, so that I no longer need to have him fill the void that clearly he can't do any longer. So it's important to get to that place of peace and know that I myself have to look at myself beyond looking at him. Seeing him is point one. Seeing myself is point number two. And then look at it differently. Because we continue to try and say, stay or leave is the only option. Stay or leave is the only option. Your friend tell you, why do you stay with him? He continues to hurt you. Others tell you, no, you should stay. Just be patient, he'll grow out of it. But it's not that simple. I think we need to now start to shift our thinking as people within relationships, to the staying or leaving title, because half the time people never actually stay or do the leaving. It's an in-between. You are in an abyss. You are in limbo. So you kind of stay, but you also kind of leave. But because you're really hoping for him to wake up from the stupor, wake up from the place where he continues to sit, which you don't want him to be in, and for you to yourself to wake up. So once you start getting out of the stay or leave title, you start to actually evolve within the place you sit. You start to say, this is a personal choice for me. I am the one in the relationship, not everyone else, not my friends, not my family, not whatever. I am the one here. And if I can now get up out of putting myself in this black box where there's the stay or the leave, and I'm here, and I shift and I break down those walls, and I am just a person within a relationship, and I'm trying to find the right fit for me within it or without it, then you can make the choices to evolve as a person. And once you've evolved, now it's your choice what you decide to do. It's no longer about staying or leaving. It's about seeing yourself as a person and seeing him as a person, and knowing whether you can merge those two people as you are, or you can separate those two people. Then that's a different way to look at it, because you're not now looking at a way of looking at things that the rest of the world wants you to look at, but you're now looking at it from a personal perspective, an internal perspective, a spiritual perspective. And when you get there, it will get easier to navigate the way forward within your life, because once you evolve, most times you also want to be with an evolved person, and perhaps he then will start to evolve if you do, and if he doesn't, so be it. You are now at a place of peace. So I just wanted to talk about that in terms of you really looking at it and saying, do I love him more than the pain he causes me? It's just step one. That is just step one, but it would take you so much further, because then you can say, fine, I love him more, so I will stay with him. And then I find my way within that place, so that I get to my place of peace, and I can know, okay, this is now where I am at, and this is where he is at from my perspective. Then I see whether those two people can continue to maintain a relationship together. I hope you like this video. If you have any comments, please share them down below. I post every Wednesday, so if you'd like to subscribe, please click the subscribe button, and you'll get more of these weekly relationship videos that I post. I talk about parenting, and I talk about intimate partner relationships, but most importantly, I talk about self-reflection for you to have the relationship in the way that feels right for you. God bless you. Have an awesome week.